Listen carefully, men. Attraction isn't about begging for her time or trying to impress her with effort. It's about creating a pull she can't resist, even when she swears she's not interested. Most guys try to force desire. Real men become the reason it happens. In this video, I'll break down the psychological levers that make her chase you, even when she didn't plan to. Flip the frame. Don't chase, pull. Here's the reality most men don't want to face. You can't make a woman desire you by chasing her. The harder you push, the colder she gets. Desire doesn't grow when she feels your hunger. It grows when she starts feeling your gravity. When she's not interested, most guys try to convince her. They overtalk, over-explain, overcompensate. They think if they just prove they're good enough, she'll finally give in. Wrong. That approach screams weakness, and weakness never turns a woman on. You don't create desire by proving your worth to her. You create desire by making her feel your presence without needing her validation. That's what flips the frame. Flipping the frame means you stop auditioning. You stop chasing the yes. Instead, you become the selector, not the one being selected. This shift isn't about fake alpha nonsense. It's about energy. When a man stands in his own value, everything about how she perceives him changes. His silence carries weight. His words land differently. His detachment creates tension, and suddenly, the same woman who felt nothing starts feeling something. Women aren't attracted to men who need them. They're attracted to men who move like their life is full, with or without them. A woman can sense when a man's world is bigger than her. That's what makes her lean in. Here's the beauty of this. When you stop chasing, you give her space to wonder about you. Wonder creates curiosity. Curiosity builds tension, and tension is where desire lives. So, no, you don't convince her to want you. You give her a reason to question why she didn't before, and that starts by flipping the frame. 2. Become the emotional drug she can't ignore. Desire isn't logical, it's emotional, and emotional impact always beats physical attraction. That's why some average-looking men have women hooked, while better men get ignored. They understand something others don't. Emotion is the hook. When a woman isn't interested, it's usually because you haven't triggered the right emotions. Attraction isn't about looks alone. It's about how she feels in your presence. You've probably seen this happen before. A woman ignores a guy for months, then suddenly starts chasing him later. What changed? Not him. Her emotional perception of him. He went from forgettable to addictive. To create that effect, you need to become the emotional drug. That doesn't mean being manipulative or fake. It means learning how to make her feel something real when she's around you. Mystery, calm, confidence, silence that makes her lean in, light teasing that challenges her ego just enough to spark her curiosity. That's the formula. Here's where most men screw up. They give away everything too fast. They hand her their attention, approval, and emotional availability like a clearance sale. And when there's no tension left, there's nothing to desire. But when a man controls his energy, he flips the script. He doesn't give too much too soon. He lets her work a little to get more. That's when the game changes. This is basic human psychology. People desire what feels scarce and valuable. The less you need her, the more powerful your presence becomes. She starts wondering why she can't shake the thought of you. She replays the way you made her feel, not the words you said. So instead of trying to be the perfect guy, become unforgettable. Slow down your words, lead interactions with calm dominance, leave space for her imagination. Don't feed her ego, feed her curiosity. When you master this, even a woman who wasn't interested at first starts asking herself dangerous little questions like, why can't I stop thinking about him? And when that happens, the game is already won. 3. Make her feel safe, not smothered. Here's a truth most men don't get. Women don't just want desire, they want security wrapped in desire.
A woman can be drawn to your looks, your charm, even your words, but if she doesn't feel emotionally safe around you, she'll never let desire grow. Now here's where guys screw it up. They think safe means being soft, overly available, or becoming her emotional doormat. That's not safety. That's weakness dressed as kindness. Real safety is strength with calm energy. It's when a woman feels like she can be herself around you without feeling judged or smothered. It's when she knows you won't break apart if she pulls back for a moment. This is where Stoic control shines. If you can hold your frame while she's being distant, moody, or testing your emotional balance, she starts feeling something she didn't expect: trust. And trust is the gatekeeper to desire. When she's around a man who doesn't panic, doesn't cling, doesn't chase every mood swing, something in her nervous system relaxes, and when a woman relaxes, her desire wakes up. Most men create pressure. They suffocate the spark with neediness. But the man who creates emotional space, who lets her breathe, who isn't trying to control the moment, becomes unforgettable. That's why you'll see women develop feelings for men who didn't even chase them. It's not because those men played tricks. It's because they gave her the freedom to feel safe and feel desired at the same time. That mix is addictive. 4. Control the tempo. Don't rush it. Desire is like fire. Blow too hard and it dies. Feed it slowly and it grows. When a woman isn't interested at first, what kills any chance fast is rushing the tempo. Most guys try to push the connection forward too quickly. They want instant results, instant validation, instant spark. But attraction doesn't bloom under pressure. It blooms under tension. The slower and more deliberate your tempo, the more oxygen desire gets. When you speak slower, move slower, touch slower, everything changes. You stop looking like the guy who's trying to get something and start looking like the guy who has nothing to prove. Slowness is power. When you rush, she feels your anxiety. She feels that you're more invested than she is, and that kills polarity. But when you control the pace, you make her follow your rhythm instead of hers. This is what pulls her in subconsciously. When a man isn't trying to make something happen, she starts asking herself why she's feeling things she didn't expect to. You become the unpredictable factor she can't shake. This is why seductive energy is quiet, it's steady, it's patient, because patience isn't passivity, it's control. When you master tempo, even a woman who felt nothing at first can find herself getting drawn in. 5. Become the source, not the seeker. A man who's always seeking approval gives off weak energy. A man who is the source of energy, of calm, of presence, of value, pulls people in without lifting a finger. When you're trying to make a woman desire you, you can't act like a beggar at her emotional door. You have to become the storm she walks into, the center, the anchor. Women can sense when a man's entire self-worth depends on whether or not she gives him attention. That energy repels. But when she feels that you're the source, that your vibe, your purpose, your self-respect is solid whether she's there or not, it flips everything. This is why emotionally grounded men are so rare and magnetic. They don't do attraction tricks, they just are. Their presence is the game. Here's the kicker. When you stop chasing desire, desire chases you. That's the paradox most men never learn. When you're desperate to make her want you, you lose power. When you focus on being the man she can't ignore, you become power itself. That's what creates that dangerous kind of pull, the kind that keeps her thinking about you at night, replaying your words, trying to figure out why she suddenly cares. You're no longer reacting to her energy, you're generating it, and that's what makes desire inevitable. Desire isn't magic, it's energy. When you stop chasing and start leading, she feels it. When you control the tempo, she follows it. And when you stand like the prize, she desires it. If this opened your eyes, smash that like button. Share this with a man who needs to wake up, and subscribe for more real game. And in the comments, type "I am the prize" if you're done begging for attention and ready to become the pool.